Hey there, thanks for joining me this morning, or this afternoon, or this evening, or whatever time it is, I don't know. Do I have any pickle lovers here today? It's fun when the lid's on really tight, isn't it? If you're a man, you know that opening the jar of pickles is a rite of passage, something that proves that you're the man around house. All the women and children are so thankful to have you around because you can open up the pickle jar. And after you do that, you can get out of the kitchen because we don't need you here no more. But for one fine moment, you are, as they say, the man. Congratulations. But what happens if you can't get the jar open? You ever had a really stubborn jar? I mean, you twist that thing for all you got and your hand just slides around the top of the lid. We've had several lately. Man, those suckers are stuck on there. I had a few that I despaired of even getting in there. I was banging it on the counter and running it under a tap and wiping it with a cloth and getting some rubber band or something and all the tricks. Get a robotic arm and a pipe wrench. And I even thought I had to break the jar one time just to get at the pickles, but that would be stupid because glass and stuff. However, I've never been defeated by a pickle jar. I'm proud to say. And if I have, don't tell me. Just let me live in ignorant bliss. What happens on the day that I can't get it done? And this is hard for men because we want to be able to get her done, as they say. And I think there's a healthy amount of self-confidence and self-esteem and working hard to achieve results that are in there. But there can also be pride, denial, stubbornness, hinders us from asking for help when we really need it. Just admitting, you know what, I'm just not strong enough to do this. And a wise Bible ninja is able to discern when they need strength from outside themselves, just like the master taught Eugene one day.
Welcome, Eugene. You've worked hard to become a ninja. You've learned the first lesson well. Now it's time to learn to rely on something other than your own strength.
Does that mean you get to roundhouse kick something today?
No.
Ah, come on, man.
But you do get to hit something.
Yes! What can I hit? And don't say it's you. I am not falling for that again. No. Hey.
I want you to break this concrete block.
This one? Yes! All right, let me show you how it's done.
Eugene, remember what I've taught you.
No worries, Sensei. I got this.
Do not be overconfident in your abilities.
Sensei, I'm not. Look, have you seen these guns? I'm confident in my strength, man.
This is exactly what I mean. You cannot rely on your strength to help you break this block. You need strength.
Look, Sensei, I've listened to your wise ways for over a month now, and that's all great. But I think when it comes time for power, I think maybe I'm the teacher and you are the learner.
Eugene, I see a broken hand in your future.
I think you mean a broken block.
No, I mean a broken hand. Trust your training. Do not rely on your own strength. Remember that...
I got this, Sensei. Now back off and be prepared to be amazed.
I warned you. Do not rely on your own strength. Eugene, sometimes you need strength that comes from outside of you.
Why didn't you tell me?
I did tell you. Eugene, come on. I know something that will heal your hand.
Oh, what? Is it an ancient ninja secret?
No, it's an ice pack.
Poor Eugene. You know something you never really see? Out of shape ninja. Maybe that's because they're just all hidden. Maybe the out of shape ones are just too stealthy for you to realize that they're out of shape. Kind of like Crouching Tiger and Hidden Dragon. I remember Steve Martin saying when Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon was up for an Oscar that he saw the movie and he's like, but I was wondering why there was no tigers or dragons in it. I couldn't see any. And then I realized that's because they're all crouching and hidden. Ba-boom, boom. When you see ninjas in movies or comic books or anywhere else, they're all on the peak of physical health. Solid muscle without a bit of flab on them. Trim, lean, mean. I liked Bruce Lee movies when I was a lad. Man, I thought he was amazing. The stuff he could do. Just short little distance and just pound bricks without any wind up or anything. He wasn't big and bulky, but he was just lean muscle. that guy. Not a bit of fat on him that I could see. Ninjas don't get their bodies in that kind of shape by eating gummy bears and candy bars, because if that were true, and I'd be a ninja 100 times over. I love chocolate. I make a point of sampling as many chocolate bars as I possibly can. No wonder I didn't develop diabetes back when I was a teenager, because anything I earned for allowance, that fueled my chocolate bar purchases. I mean, $1 would get you 4 Kit Kats back in the day. And I thought life was harsh when they raised the price to 50 cents for a chocolate bar. What are you doing to me? This is wrong. And now I can only wistfully dream of the times I could walk into a 7-Eleven, walk out with 4 or 5 chocolate bars, eat them all before I got home. I wasn't overweight either because I was really active. But anyways, you didn't tune in to listen to an old man reminisce about the days of yore when chocolate bars were $1 for 4. Rhyme intended. Make that into a rap. Bruce Lee didn't get his karate skills eating chocolate. I wish. Ninjas eat right, exercise, work out, take care of their health so they can do all their ninja stuff at peak performance. You ever seen it's one of those martial arts videos where there's a school of martial arts and they're doing all these high flying kicks and things, and it's all coordinated, and they're running up each other's backs and getting up really high and kicking stuff out of the air and breaking blocks here and all that kind of stuff. It's amazing. Or when some guy just raw strength, raw power, skill, whatever, just breaks a whole stack of blocks. And you can't do that with just brute strength. You need training, you need strategy, you need skill, you need to know how to apply the force at just the right place. And now you're saying, well, what is pickles and ninjas and chocolate? What does that all have to do with the Bible today? Well, something, I think. I hope you're going to get a lesson out of this. Because last time I talked about ninjas and the Bible, I talked about wisdom. And that wisdom comes from respecting God. And I tried to encourage anyone who is listening, why don't you read the Bible for yourself? Why don't you check it out? See what God has to say about things. Because I think God says a lot of stuff that makes sense. And there's good advice in the Bible there. The God and the Bible can also be a source of strength for you and I. Proverbs 3:5-8 says this: trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. Seek his will in all you do, and he will show you which path to take. Don't be impressed with your own wisdom. Instead, fear the Lord and turn away from evil. Then you'll have healing for your body and strength for your bones. And healing for your body and strength for your bones isn't just talking about physical well-being, but also about our emotional and spiritual state. It's another way of saying that if you trust in God and turn away from doing evil, you'll start to be encouraged about life. You won't be so depressed. You'll start having a reason to live. Start having some hope for tomorrow. Man, if we take stock of the world today in 2020, listen to the things that are being said in the world, it's discouraging. It's frustrating. It's even a little enraging, because sometimes you're like, I'm tired of hearing this all the time. God has stuff to say that brings healing and strength to our entire beings. And you can find that out in the Bible. A little peace, a little joy, a little strength for today, a little hope for tomorrow. I mean, that's pretty much my daily bread right there, right now in the world that we find ourselves in today. I need a reason. You need a reason to keep on ticking. What are we hanging around here for? Like, I need a reason to keep on going. I need to feel there's a little hope for tomorrow. And that if tomorrow isn't better, then God's going to give me some strength and some peace in the midst of the trial. And also have hope that maybe the day after that's going to be a little bit better. Because with hope, without hope, what do we got? Because I can't do it. If life is a pickle jar, I just have to admit I can't get it open. My hand just keeps on sliding around the lid. I can't get at all those delicious dills in there. I need someone to help me out. I need the man, someone stronger, someone bigger, someone greater than I am to open that jar up. And for me, that's God. And the way I get some hope and strength is by reading what the Bible says. Here's some other verses that promise strength to us. Philippians 4, chapter 4, verse 11 and 13. For I've learned how to be content with whatever I have. I know how to live on almost nothing or with everything. I've learned the secret of living in every situation, whether it's with a full stomach or empty, plenty or little. For I can do all things through Christ, who gives me strength. Deuteronomy 31:6. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not panic before them. For the Lord your God will personally go ahead of you. He will neither fail you nor abandon you. Isaiah 41:10. Don't be afraid. I am with you. Don't be discouraged. I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will hold you up with my victorious right hand. We have to take note, God is saying this to people that are actually trusting in him and relying on him. If I say, back off, God, like maybe Eugene did there, stand back, Sensei, I can do this. I can do this, God. I can get this open. I don't need your help. Thank you. I can do this. And I just keep on struggling, well, then the help isn't there. But if I just say, I can't do it, man. Can you give me a hand? God will do it. And one of the oldest and derisive statements about religious people and religion is that it's a crutch. I don't need some fairy tale. I don't need that. I don't need this stuff you're selling, man. I can get by without that. I don't need to lean on anything. I can do it in my own strength. I mean, that's not true. You just lean on something else. You need some pot every day after work, or you need 3 or 4 beers, or you need prescription meds, or you need to look at some porn and get high doing that thing. You need a certain amount of money to feel safe and secure. You need people around you to treat you with respect. You need a man or a woman to love you. Even if they mistreat you, you just need to feel like someone wants you. You need a certain amount of stuff that says I'm someone, I'm successful, I've made it somewhere. My car is nice, my house is nice, my clothes are nice, makes me feel good. Maybe it's your looks, my hair, my body, my face. My beard is nice, man. Look at these biceps, look at these booties. You gotta filter out all the imperfections before you post something online. It's all crutches. Everyone has them. What's so bad about leaning on God? Well, he's a myth. So you're flogging lies, and when you die, you're gonna find out it was all a lie. I mean, look, what's so bad about getting a little bit of hope and strength out of believing in someone or something that's greater than yourself, rather than trusting in substances, material wealth, public opinion? Like I said, well, he's a myth. You're going to die and you're going to find out it was all a lie. No, you won't. Think about it. If God is a lie, then when you die, you'll be nothing. Oblivion, non-existence. And in that case, it doesn't even matter if you believed. If you lived your life trying to be nice to people, trying to love people, and trying to live a clean life, and then you die and you don't get heaven, you won't know. There won't be anybody there saying, you idiot. Look at the fool who lived their life trying to be pleasing to God, and he doesn't even exist. Doesn't matter. Nobody's even going to be there. Nothingness. We're all going to be oblivion. Nobody's going to be saying you should have been smoking and drinking beer and stuff like that. Why weren't you doing that stuff? It won't matter. Nobody's going to be there. So if you live for God and he doesn't exist, you're not really missing out on anything. But if he does exist, well, that's another story entirely. I don't think you want to be on the wrong end of that bit of future history. So if you're on the fence about God, why not give him a try? He wants to give you strength today in this messed up world. He wants to give you some encouragement. He wants to give you some hope, peace, maybe even a little bit of joy in there. Man, would that be so bad if we could have a little bit of joy in the world today? But you need to be okay with saying, God, I need your help. I can't get in there. Can you help me with the jar of pickles, God? I need your help. And he'll help you. Just ask him. So God isn't just able or to give you strength for today, emotional strength and physical strength, but he wants to give you that strength. You say, well, how do you know that? With 2 reasons, really. One, you're listening to me. If you've been listening to this talk, this is God talking to you, saying, I want to help you. I want to help you open up the pickle jar of life. I want to give you some strength. I want to give you some hope. I want to give you some peace. I want to give you some joy. It's God saying that to you right now. He wants to help you. But secondly, because while I was preparing this talk, I read this verse, and I feel strongly this is what this talk's all about. This is what God wants me to say to you today. This verse, Isaiah 35:4. Say to those with fearful hearts, be strong and do not fear, for your God is coming to save you. God, help me out with the pickle jar. You know, I love watching One Piece. I mean, it's way too long. But Luffy, see, Nami's in trouble and she doesn't want to ask for help. And then finally, and Luffy's not going to help her until she does. And then finally, if you know anything about One Piece, she's crying there. She's at the end. She's like, Luffy, help me. And Luffy puts his hand on her head and he says, you bet I will. And I just love that. That's God this morning. If you've come to the end of yourself, just say, God, help me out. And what God's going to say, you bet I will. Give God a shot. God bless you. Have a great day.